Shri Gauranga Nityananda Shri Advaita Chandra Gadadhar Shivasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrindam Jayo Radhe Jayo Krishna Jayo Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinath Madana Mohan. Chapter 26 of the Jaiva Dharma, Introduction to Rasa. At this point, Vijay Kumar did not come for almost a month. Brajanath's grandmother, understanding the intentions of Brajanath and Vijay Kumar, decided upon a good bride through an arranger. Hearing the news, Vijay Kumar sent his brother to Bilva Pushkarni for making arrangements for an auspicious wedding of his nephew. The marriage took place on an auspicious day. When the affairs of the marriage had settled down, Vijay Kumar arrived one day. His heart was eager for spiritual topics. He did not discuss material matters, but sat alone, his mind somewhere else. Brajanath said, "Oh, uncle, why is your mind unsettled these days? Tell me privately. On your order, I have become bound by the chains of samsara. Now I am a married man. What have you decided to do about your own situation?" Vijay Kumar said, "I have decided to go to Jagannath Puri. I will make the journey with some other pilgrims in a few days. But first, let us go and ask permission from our Gurudev." After eating in the afternoon, Brajanath and Vijay Kumar went to Mayapur and revealed everything to Babaji and asked blessings to make the journey to Puri. Babaji said in great bliss, "In the house of Kashi Mishra in Puri is Mahaprabhu's sitting place." This is the place where Mahaprabhu spent his final 24 years and absorbed himself in the Rasa of longing in the mood of Radharani for Krishna. So that place still stands. In that house of Kashi Mishra in Puri is Mahaprabhu's sitting place. There, Gopal Guru Goswami, a disciple of Vakreshwar Pandit, is present nowadays. The head of that mat is named Gopal Guru Goswami. He is there. You should go meet him, said Babaji, and take instructions from him with devotion. He has the teachings of Sarup Goswami in his throat. So Babaji says, you should go, and if you're going to Puri, you have my permission, but you must go see Gopal Guru Goswami. He is the head of the mat in Puri at the home of Kashi Mishra. You should go meet him, for he has absorbed the teachings of Sarup Damodar Goswami, who understood Mahaprabhu in the highest possible way. So he can give you instructions. So Babaji says, I give you permission to accept him as your Siksha Guru. I have given you Diksha, but he can give you further instructions. So you can go see him. While returning, Brajanath with eagerness revealed his desire to go to Puri too. Brajanath now tells his uncle, I'd like to go also. Vijay Kumar was overjoyed. Coming to the house, Brajanath revealed the plan, and his grandmother also decided to go with them. So this became a family affair. At the beginning of the Jeshta month, pilgrims began walking on a road to Puri, leaving their homes. After some days, they passed Dantana and arrived at Jaleshwara. After seeing the deity of Shirachora Gopinath, they then arrived at Virajat Kshetra. This is all along the roadway. And after completing bathing in the Vaitarini, they went to Katak town and they saw Gopal. This is the Sakshi Gopal deity who bore witness and whose story is there, Chaitanya Charitamrita. In a mango grove, they saw a Lingaraj, and then they finally arrived at Puri. The pilgrims obtained places given by their individual pandas. Pandas are the guides. They can arrange for places for you to stay. Then Vijay Kumar and Brajanath and his grandmother, they went to stay at Harachandisahi. They began to visit all the tirthas according to the proper rules. They took bath in the saltwater ocean there in Puri. They saw the Panchatirtha and they ate prasad. After staying 3 or 4 days, Vijay Kumar and Brajanath saw a picture of Mahaprabhu in the temple. And after seeing Mahaprabhu's footprints and fingerprints, overcome with great prema, they entered the house of Kashi Mishra on that same day. There's all, everything there to remind you of Mahaprabhu. In fact, on one road, there's a large, this is present day, there's a large form of Mahaprabhu as you're entering into the town. So Mahaprabhu has, certainly has put his, we'll say footprints, or here it says fingerprints there in Puri. So very significant to the Gaudiyas, followers of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, is Jagannath Puri. They went and they saw Sri Gambhira, which was the same room of Mahaprabhu. They're in the house of Kashi Mishra. They saw Mahaprabhu's wooden shoes. Some of his things are still there for darshan. On one side was a temple of Radhakant. On the other side was the sitting place of Gopal Guru Goswami. In the compound there, which was the house of Kashi Mishra, where Mahaprabhu actually stayed, there's a temple. It is called Radhakanta. And there was also the place where Gopal Guru Goswami would stay and give instructions. Their voices choked in bliss. Vijay Kumar and Brajanath fell at the feet of Gopal Guru Goswami. Seeing their devotion, the Goswami mercifully embraced them and had them sit down. He then asked, "Who are you?" When Vijay Kumar and Brajanath introduced themselves, his eyes flowed with tears as he heard that they had come from Mayapur and they were sent by the Babaji. Hearing the name of Navadvip, he said, "Oh, today, seeing residents of that Dham, I have become fortunate. How are Raghunath Das, Gaur Chandra Das, and the other Vaishnavas who live in Mayapur? When I think of Raghunath Das, I think of my own Siksha Guru, Das Goswami." Then the Goswami called his disciple, Dayan Chandra, and said, "Oh, these two great souls should receive prasad here today." So Gopal Guru Goswami, he had a disciple. These are actually very important personalities in our lineage coming from the Puri side. Dayan Chandra was the disciple of Gopal Guru Goswami, who was the disciple of Vakashar Pandit, a direct descendant of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. They went to Dayan Chandra's room and they received Mahaprasad. After eating, the three conversed for a long time. Understanding that Vijay Kumar was expert at the Bhagavatam and that Brajanath was also learned in all scriptures, Dayan Chandra became blissful and revealed all of this to his guru, Gopal Guru, that they are very learned, respectable Vaishnavas. Gopal Guru said, "You two are the treasure of my heart. Please stay here in Puri for a few days and continually come to see me." Vijay Kumar and Rajanath said, "Oh, Prabhu, in Mayapur, Raghunath Das Babaji, our guru, was unlimitedly merciful to us and ordered us to accept teachings from you, to sit at your feet." Guru Goswami said, "Oh, Raghunath Das, he is most learned. You should follow carefully whatever instructions he has given you. If you desire to know more, come tomorrow afternoon, and after taking some prasad, you can ask me some questions." Receiving this instruction from Guru Goswami, the two returned to Harichandra Sahi, where they were staying. The next day, at the appointed time, the two took prasad at the Radhakant temple and addressed Guru Goswami, "O Prabhu, we desire to know the Rasa Tattva. We will be successful if we hear the rasas of Krishna Bhakti from your mouth. We have learned from our Guru the philosophy of the Dasamula Tattva. We have come to understand the nature of Nam Tattva, and the difference between the Shuddha Nam, the Nam Aparad, and the Nam Abhas. But now we desire to enter deeper into understanding the rasas of Krishna Bhakti. You are the foremost Guru of Chaitanya's Sampradaya, and are present as Guru for the whole world, now at the seat of Sarup Damodar Goswami. You are the direct successor. Hearing about Ras from your mouth, certainly our learning will bear fruit. Having obtained these suitable students, Gopal Guru blissfully began speaking in a solitary place. May the son of Sachi, Nimai Pandit, who appeared in Mayapur of Nabadvip, mercifully give his association to the people of Goda and Rasa, and bestow bliss upon us. May Sarup Goswami, who constantly gave bliss to Mahaprabhu while serving Madhurya Ras, appear within our hearts. May Bhakreshwar Pandit, whose dancing controlled Mahaprabhu and mercifully purified Devananda Pandit, bring you all auspiciousness. Ras is an incomparable tattva. It is directly the rising moon in the form of manifested pastimes of the Parabrahman. When Krishna Bhakti becomes pure and takes that form into action, it is called Bhakti Ras. Taking the form of Bhakti into action, meaning into the deepest modes of expression. Brajana said, is Ras a predetermined tattva for a jiva? Guru Goswami said, I cannot answer this in one word. You will understand when I begin to elaborate a little. Let me not answer directly right now because I can't at this time. I have to explain other things first before we can get to that topic. The Krishna Rati that you heard from your Guru is called the Sthayi Bhav. When that is nourished, it becomes the Ras of Krishna Bhakti. Sthayi Bhav is the Bhav meaning the mood, and the permanent mood of each individual jiva is his Sthayi Bhav. That the relationship that we have with Krishna is our Sthayi Bhav. That is a permanent thing. That is inherent within us. Brajana said, please explain a little about Sthayi Bhav and the ingredients of Ras. We have heard from Gurudev about Bhav. He has spoke to us somewhat on the nature of Bhav and the rising expressions of love, but we want to hear more specifically how that then transforms into Ras, meaning a spiritual taste. The Goswami said, generally bhakti in the form of Bhav is called Krishna Rati. That Rati appearing in the heart by impressions from previous as well as this life attains the state of Ras, becoming the very form of bliss. The living being, to actually come to this point, must have practiced previously. Because here he says, appearing in the heart by impressions from previous lives as well as this life, now taking up the path of devotional service, is starting to bloom. That state of Ras is known as the form of bliss. First, I will explain. There are two things, Vishai and Ashrai. The person who is the object of our love is called the Vishai. That is Krishna. He is the Vishai. When we speak of love, naturally there has to be two. There is no love when there is only one. You can maybe say, okay, there's self-love, but we're talking about the exchange of love, which is actually the product which produces Ras. when there is an exchange between two, there is Rasa, the taste of love. So, the Vishai is Krishna, the object of one's love. We're nurturing that through our bhakti. Krishna becomes the Vishai, the object of our devotion. And we direct our service towards Krishna, our love towards Krishna. That person who is the support or the experiencer of that rati is called the ashraya, or the devotee. The devotee is the ashraya. He shelters that love and offers it to the Vishai, Krishna. The person possessing the rati is the ashraya. The person to whom the rati is directed, Krishna, is the Vishai. The devotee is the ashraya, since he has the rati in his heart, the form of love for Krishna in his heart for Krishna. Krishna is the Vishai because our love is directed towards him. Goswami continues, when the devotee feels rati for Krishna, Krishna is the Vishai, and the devotee is the Ashai. But when Krishna shows rati for the devotee, which is the reciprocal point, Krishna is the Ashai, and the devotee is the Vishai, because we also receive love from Krishna. So, on one hand, we are offering our love to Krishna, but in a reciprocal way, Krishna offers his love towards us. Brajana said, we have heard from Gurudev that Krishna has 64 qualities. Please tell us what else we should know about Krishna. Goswami says, though all qualities are present in Krishna completely, know there are different forms of Krishna. He is perfect in Dwarka. There is Dwarka Krishna. There he is perfect. But he is more perfect in Mathura Krishna. But he is most perfect in Gokul, Vrindavan. That's where the full, complete idea of Krishna is to be found. This shows differences based on different degrees of manifestation of qualities. Krishna manifests different qualities in each of these places. So, how the devotees reciprocate with him and how Krishna reciprocates with them differs in Dwarka, in Mathura, and then in Gokul. Certainly good qualities are found in all these avatars, in all the avatars of Krishna, but in Krishna, the avatari, the source of all avatars, the qualities are manifest to the highest degree. So Krishna manifests in various avatars, no doubt. Most popular, Das avatar. But there are unlimited avatars of Krishna. But Krishna is described as the avatari, the source of all these avatars. And even then, the mood of Krishna differs in each of the places, Dwarka, Mathura, and Vrindavan. In Krishna, we see 8 excellent qualities of the heart, which is not seen elsewhere. Glory, playfulness, sweetness, auspiciousness, steadiness, influence, voluptuousness, and generosity. These 8 are found in Krishna. Where there is mercy to those who are lower, that is called Shobha. Krishna gives his mercy. That is natural quality of the Lord. Where there is a heavy gait, a steady gaze like that of a bull, with laughing words, that is called playfulness or vilas. Krishna is also the abode of all playfulness, the source of all playfulness. He is certainly the Lord who shows compassion, but he is also uniquely the Lord of all playfulness. Where there's an expression of desire through actions, that is called madhurya or sweetness. And the exchange of love that Krishna shows is full of sweetness. madhurya. Being the object of faith for the world is called auspiciousness, mangala. When people begin to identify with Krishna, certainly their life becomes auspicious. So Krishna is the abode, therefore, of all auspiciousness. When one can identify with Krishna, then that I am Krishna's devotee, then all auspiciousness is there. If the mind, if one remains fixed in one's duties, even though they are filled with obstacles, there is steadiness. Krishna is always steady in his reciprocation. And so anyone who is steady, they have that quality of stairga. The ability to enter into the hearts of all others is called influence or tejas. Krishna can enter into the heart, but we can also enter into the heart of Krishna. So that is the natural exchange of love. When there is love, that a person whom you love is there within the heart. So that all comes from Krishna. Ultimately, Krishna is the source of everything that exists. And whatever we see within this world is a reflection of that absolute reality. And then, where there are activities of explicit conjugal nature, it is known as voluptuousness or lalita. So that is found in Krishna. Generosity is also there in the willingness to offer to another person, even one's soul, to give oneself to the Lord. Krishna says, as you surrender unto me, I reciprocate accordingly. And therefore, the devotee tries to nurture the Sharanagati, the principle of complete surrender to Krishna. Because if he can give himself completely to Krishna, Krishna will give himself completely to his devotee. Therefore, Krishna is called the crest jewel of all heroes. Thus he is glorified by all the sages, like Gargamuni for Dharma, by Yuddhadan and others for his fighting ability, by Uddhava for assisting in counseling. They all have received something from Krishna, and they know him in that way. So how many types of devotees of Krishna are there who are suitable for Ras? Asked Rajanath. Oh, there are two types. There's the sadhaka, the practitioner who is nurturing that perfection, and there's the siddha, that person who has attained perfection. So we're going to stop at this point. Next week we'll pick it up as the subject matter continues. Then who are the sadhakas? What is the practice of the sadhakas and so forth? What is the nature of the siddhas? So we'll continue with this wonderful topic, an introduction to Ras. Jai Gaur Premanandi Haribol. Shri Radhe Shyam.